introduce opportunities and people. Be a connector of people. Be a connector, be that value, come from the contribution. Instead of just wanting the listing to sell and making commission, how about just connecting a client or somebody that you know in your database who's maybe just looking for a plumber, just somebody that you can recommend. Be that connector, but also make sure the person that you are referring is quite trustworthy.
The last one, the way you can be a river is believe in someone even before they believe in themselves.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Believe in someone before they even believe in themselves.
And the Bible, the Bible talks about love your neighbor as thyself.
Yes.
How do you love yourself? That's a question I just want to leave there with you, because we are so critical of ourselves. So think of that this moment. To be nice to yourself as well for just now and then.
You have to, because the Bible said, love your neighbor as you love yourself. So you must love yourself as well.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. What is a true KW language, Peter?
Yeah, that is so important. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. How do you care? You care when you are a river, to give to some other people, to give ideas, to compliment other people, to share wins. The whole giving thing of Kelly Williams.
And it will also be, you either grow or you die. With a river, there will definitely be growth because it's moving. When you die, it stagnates. It's a pond it's water that just stagnates. It stinks. And a river doesn't stink. Who has been to a river that stinks? I've not really been. Unless pollution, okay, but let's remove that part. Let's talk about, we have the perfect rivers around us, and those don't stink. All right, well, I want to challenge the meaning of the following. And this is in inverted commas. I'm going to quote. Teach one thing you learned this week. So what I'm trying to say here is, maybe it's just like, help somebody one thing that you learned this week. Your associate that sits next to you that needs help with, maybe, I'm going to use technology, because I think we always somehow get stuck in some other way with our technology. There's always a challenge, and that's all of us. We all like, oops, now what do I do now? No, it's just part of the learning curve. Teaching forces the following. You want to take
Sorry,
it from there?
I think it's important that you sit down for a moment and decide it and think, what did you learn this week? What was new? What did you discover? What did you achieve? And take that and deliberately share that with someone that need it.
Yeah, and well, teaching forces us to have clarity. You'll have ownership. You will come from contribution. And when you teach, you stop being just a learner and start becoming a leader automatically. And it's a small thing. I am not saying teach a class. No, it's one small thing that you have learned.
And then the quote was so important. What you focus on expands.
Yes.
Maybe you should say things about that.
All right, your attention acts like water and sunlight. And what you focus, it all goes into this RAS of your brain. But if you see one thing, it's going to become bigger because you're also focused on it. Focus on problems, and problems will grow. Focus on possibilities, and possibilities will grow. Focus on people, relationships will grow. Focus on contribution, and influence will grow. This principle echoes the focus philosophy from the one thing. Extraordinary results come from narrowing focus to what matters most. And that is your 20%.
All boils down to a mindset. What's your mindset about these things?
Yes. What you focus on expands.